Today is August 28, 2023. My name is Rob Carr of Kalamazoo Right to Life, and this is Pro-Life Week. We have only one topic on the agenda today. Is there a connection between abortion and transgender? Or more precisely, is the connection between abortion rights and transgender rights? So I just want to talk about this. I don't have an exhaustive list. It's not a deep study, just random thoughts. But I have been thinking about this for quite a while. Both of them, abortion and transgender, both of them are against natural law. Now, with abortion kills a developing baby, a human baby in the womb. And it's not done for self-defense. It's not like an intruder has broken down your door with a weapon and he's going to try to kill or rape or harm a family member, and you must rescue that person and take out the intruder. It's not self-defense. Abortion is really a calculated decision by one person to eliminate or destroy or kill, terminate the life of one individual for the convenience of the other. That's an abortion. Transgender ideology tells children and adults that they can choose their sex when every cell in their bodies has already made that determination. You are male or you are female. You are not assigned at birth. I cannot stand that term, assigned at birth. You are not assigned at birth. That is ridiculous. You are born one or the other. Doctors do not flip a coin. Well, let's see now, 2 out of 3, and then they'll pick the winner. There's no assignment here. It's already been determined what you are at birth. Number 2, both are against God's word, and that's pretty clear. Choose this day. Choose life. God says, I formed you in secret. In the depths of your mother's womb, I formed you in secret. God did that. God did that. Proverbs 6:16 through 19 says there are 7 things that God hates. One of them, hands that shed innocent blood. I mean, I'm just going to kind of close that dealing with abortion. There are countless verses in the Bible that affirm the life that God has given to mankind and how much he values us. We were created in his image. Okay. Regarding transgender, Genesis 1:27, God created man in his own image, male and female, he created them. Verse 28 says, he said, be fruitful and multiply and fill the earth. With transgender, with puberty blockers and sex reassignment surgeries, you are taking somebody who was a man and he's now become sterile. If you remove body parts, certain organs. And the same thing for girls. If you eliminate, their reproductive organs, they can't have children. They can adopt, but you've removed their God-given sexuality to have children. Okay. Genesis 2, verse 24, therefore a man shall leave his father and mother and shall hold fast to his wife, and the two shall become one flesh. There's an intimacy in marriage between a man and a woman. And when you start confusing people and telling them they can change who they were born, how they were born, and who they really are, you are really harming children and adults, especially children who are too young to understand the complexities of human sexuality and of life in general. And number three, both are against common sense. You don't kill innocent people through abortion. A woman and a man have had sex. She's gotten pregnant. You deal with the consequences of your actions. If you're married, you're going to have a child. If you're not married, you've got to make a decision. You're going to marry the man. You're going to have the baby and keep the child, have the baby adopted. But you don't commit a crime of murder by having the doctor is the murderer. But you don't have the doctor kill your baby to fix a mistake. You don't do that. Common sense, maturity tells you face reality, you face the consequences of your decisions, however fraught they might be, and you go on with life. But you don't take a life in the process. Now, maybe a week or two, maybe last week, Jen Psaki, who used to be Joe Biden's first press secretary, has her own MSNBC program. She recently was talking about the fact that Democrats do not support abortion, late-term abortions. Oh, no, we would never support abortions up to the due date. And then she justified this by saying that only 1 to 1.5% of all abortions are done, late term, performed in the late terms, second and third trimester. So that's true. What she has said is true, but she clouds the issue with that 1 and 1.5, 2%. Well, you do the math. If there are approximately 900,000 abortions performed annually in the U.S., 1.5% of those abortions equals 13,500 abortions performed in the second and third trimesters. 13,500. Now, think back to 9/11. Just over 3,000 people were killed at the World Trade Center or at the Pentagon, or those people that were killed in Pennsylvania where that plane crashed. About 3,000 people. And what was the response? We went to war against Afghanistan. We established the Department of Homeland Security. Congress enacted the Patriot Act. All these things happened as a result of 3,000 people being killed in one day. Well, during the heyday of abortion back in the 1980s, 4,000 abortions were performed every single day in America. Where was the outcry by the liberals? Well, there was no outcry because they defended it. They supported it. They celebrated women's reproductive choices. 4,000 abortions a day. You do the math, and you come up with 63 or 64 million abortions since 1973. Legal abortions. And we have the audacity to accuse the Nazis of killing 5 to 6 million Jews in the Holocaust. As barbaric as that was, and don't get me wrong, killing the genocide against European Jews was a travesty beyond the pale. It has not been seen since. But we have killed 63 million human beings through legal abortion since 1973. So now going back to common sense, with transgender, it's really common sense. A boy is a boy, and a boy should not be competing in girls' sports. That is so basic to common sense that it shouldn't even be a discussion. It shouldn't even be thought of. Boys race faster, swim faster. they're just built differently than girls, especially boys who've gone through puberty. It is insanity to think that we have allowed males to compete against girls and women in sports. It's insane. And then you've got the issue of pronouns. Let's go with common sense here. I mean, my mom was a fourth grade teacher, and she drilled a lot of things into me. And some of that had to do with English grammar. He and she, I can accept that. They is not an acceptable pronoun, singular pronoun for a person, no matter what sex they are. They is a plural pronoun. So I'm going to finish here. I know I'm ranting and I'm raving, but let's use God's word, the natural law, and some common sense to say that abortion kills children and transgender is child abuse. I mean, when you think about puberty blockers, that is child abuse. And even more, sex reassignment surgeries, child abuse. We years ago, maybe 10, 15 years ago, we railed against some of these African nations that engaged in female genital mutilation. Rightly so. Rightly so. And what are we doing to girls and boys today with sex reassignment surgeries? It is child abuse. Child abuse. With that, I will let you go, and I will see you all next time.